got this desire and dream where I just quit everything and move up to the middle of nowhere in Wales or Scotland and just live this really quiet, peaceful life where I just do some gardening and grow veg and plants that I can eat, and I just pot around, do jobs on the land and read books and just live this really peaceful life. I'm never gonna do that because, well, a lot of reasons. I'd be too scared to do it for one. I wouldn't want to leave all my family behind. I have obligations and things that I want to and need to do. So I'm never going to do it. It's just this fantasy idea that I have. And the more time that goes past, the more I'm falling in love with this sort of slower life. I feel like we've fallen into a place as humans where we've almost forgot how to live or forgotten to live. I think hustle culture is so dominant and prominent across social media and podcasts and videos and everything. There's so many films coming out about obsession for success and all these kind of just overworking yourself, and the point of life being this end goal, this final destination. And it's not that. It isn't. There will never be a final destination. You will never be content with a certain point that you have in life. I think success to me would be living a peaceful life that which my day to day is just me doing something that I'm happy with. I don't think any sort of financial gain or financial point would ever make me feel satisfied and happy. I just don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how my brain works. And I also don't think that's how life works. I think if you're constantly chasing more and more money, or a financial goal is sort of what you're aiming for, I just sort of feel like you're never going to hit that, because even if you hit a specific goal that you want to hit, you're always then going to want the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it's just going to be this cycle of want and greed, and there's never going to be an end point. I feel like we've forgotten to live, or at least I have. This isn't for everyone, but someone listening to this might feel the same. I work all day, I go to the gym, I cook my dinner, do my jobs around the house, and then I start my other work, my other, I suppose you could call it a side hustle. It's my YouTube channel, and I'm editing, I'm streaming, I'm recording, I'm working towards something in this. My every waking hour is focused on trying to reach this certain point that I think will give me that gratitude of hitting something. And that's just simply not the case. And I need to teach myself that there will never be a end point to any of this. And I feel like I've forgotten how to live. The amount of people who ask me if I've seen a certain TV show, or if I've done this thing that I wanted to do, or read this book that I wanted to read, and I'm like, no, because I've just not had the time, because I've been too focused on all these other things. And I feel like that's just not what we should, or at least in my case, what I should be doing with my life. Now, that's not to say I'm like quitting all these things that I want to do and I keep doing, but I also at the same time feel like this is just not a sustainably happy way to live, in just constantly grinding and constantly producing. I think giving yourself the time to just sit and read, or to just pot around the garden, sit outside, slow down, would just that to me is more of a success if I'm able to do that than any number or metric. It's like I say, it's sort of this birthed idea through social media that you've got to achieve these certain things, and you've got to reach certain levels, and there's this pressure and constant comparison to what every single other person your age or your sort of friends or circle are doing. There's this constant pressure to reach that, and sometimes it's okay to just sit down and not achieve anything and just enjoy living. I think something that I've noticed recently is I've been going away on a holiday with my girlfriend's family, and her, well, I suppose he's mine as well, nephew is 3 years old, and just the joy that I sort of feel when just aimlessly playing, just like, he loves trains, so just playing with a train set and building it, or running around the garden and playing hide and seek. There's no point to it, it's just pure enjoyment for playing. There's no goal in mind, and I think that's what we lose when we get older. We lose that sort of just doing things because it brings us happiness, because it brings us joy, because you might think, well, that's a waste of time because I could be working on something else. And I never find joy when I'm working. If I'm being entirely honest with myself, I spend so much time editing and creating video content online, or doing this work to try and hit a next goal or reach another level, and it never really comes, or I never feel truly gratified by a certain thing or a certain point, or it works for a little bit and then it drops off, and you sort of, your whole being and your whole day-to-day is determined by these factors, which shouldn't be the case. I shouldn't be living my life determined and based on metrics and data and success, like a success rate. It should just be being truly present and just enjoying life in a way. And I don't think we were meant to be sat inside all day constantly staring at screens and numbers and this and that. I feel pure joy when I'm just outside, when I'm just walking or just chilling or that kind of thing. And I know that's easier said than done because work takes so much time, or if you're in school takes so much time, and then you come out of school and you've got homework, revision, you've got all these things that you need to do. But at the same time, in the grand scheme of things, all these things that take up so much time, that we give so much importance, are actually not really all that important in a way. Hitting a certain level of views on a YouTube video or revising hard enough for a grade, sure, it's relatively important for your current circumstance, or if you want to get to a certain place, but in the grand scheme, you've also just got to remember to live. You've also just got to remember to not let it become everything about you. And I do feel like, for me at least, content creation and just grinding constantly has become everything about me. That has become every part of my waking hours. I wake up and I think about how the last videos are done. My whole day is thinking about the next thing. It's not creating for fun, it's just creating to achieve something, to get to another level. And I don't know what the fix for that is. I don't know how to get out of that cycle, how to break the wheel for that. But I definitely want to try and just learn to live again. Just learn to enjoy every moment and not just let it all pass by in some fleeting flash. Just slow down and be present and enjoy the people who are around me. Enjoy the time that I've got with them in this little blip. Enjoy the TV shows that I can sit down and watch, or the music, the incredible artworks that I can listen to, or or watch or read. I can escape into these different places and just live instead of constantly fighting and grinding for some achievement that I don't even know what it is. That's the goal. And I don't know how to get there, but I'm gonna try.